Behind me is Ginny's Little Longhorn Saloon. We're in Austin. The reason I'm here is about 9 years ago a local librarian called Red Wassenich rang up a local radio station and coined a phrase that he wanted to keep Austin weird. Since then the slogan has become something of a municipal motto. The first place he sent me to is here, Ginny's, where something rather unusual happens, which seems consistent with the idea of keeping Austin weird.
Yeah, we're in line to buy our ticket for Chicken Chip Bingo, and we put $2 down. We might win $114.
It's the best Sunday afternoon you can have anywhere. I mean, it's a country party. People are outside, they're having a good time, and they're dancing inside the Dale. And some of us think he's the greatest country music singer alive today.
Yeah, so chicken goes inside there, and it takes its sweet time, and when it poops, and you get the winnings can be based on the number, or if it on the line or the cross.
Where did it poop? What number?
38.
38. So far, so weird. Tomorrow we're going to be meeting up with the guy who started the whole idea of keeping Austin weird.
Well, Keep Austin Weird started in the year 2000, about 9 years ago, and I was making a contribution to a very strange volunteer radio station we have called Co-op.
Right.
And when I made the donation, they said, well, why are you donating to this show? And I said, oh, it helps keep Austin weird. And it kind of struck me as a good phrase, and I mentioned it to my wife, and she said, well, let's get some bumper stickers. So we did that, and we got the website, and it grew out of that. Especially when Austin was a lot smaller, there was really only two big employers, the state government and the University of Texas. And both of those have a lot of highly educated, underpaid people, and that's a good combination for weirdness. We're here at the Cathedral of Junk, which is, I think, my favorite place in the town. And as you'll see, it's just this spectacular collection of weird stuff built into a giant structure. And over here feeding his chickens is the genius behind it. This is Vince.
Hi, Vince.
Hey. Just feeding my chickens.
How long has the Cathedral of Junk been here?
I started it in 1989 when I moved into this house.
And what did it start with? I mean, what inspired it?
Just interstellar microspores.
and
chrome.
And chrome.
It's like a Stephen King novel.
And so where do you find everything?
People give it to me.
Really?
Don't need to collect it anymore.
Really? So people bring along bits of junk and you just make... I mean, it's like a massive installation, isn't it, really?
It's a public work of art. When I tried to tear it down in 2000, that was the great dismantling of 2000. It was after my second marriage, when kablooey. I was like, I'm tearing it down! And everything, and there was a big negative reaction against it.
So people wouldn't let you?
No, well, it wouldn't let me eventually.
Another one of the extraordinary things about Austin is its giant colony of bats that live underneath Congress Bridge. And at dusk every day, they emerge and fly down the river, so we're going to try and catch them. So the bats have been going out for about 5 minutes now. They're still coming. They're swarming up and gathering around buildings about 5 or 6 miles up that way. Anyway, it's not our final weird stop of the day. The next stop is the Museum of Ephemerata.
We've been in this location for 5 years, and we've been running the museum for 10 years, but it goes back to the 1920s when my great-granduncle opened it.
Okay.
Well, in this part, this is the celebrity collection here, and people have come on pilgrimage to see the Elvis hair there in the frame. A lock of Elvis hair on loan from Graceland.
That's actually Elvis's hair?
That's right.
So what's that? It looks like a mixture between a rabbit and a stag or something like that?
You're very correct. This is a jackalope. It is its own creature, though, and it's on loan from the Devil's Tower Conservation Society of Wyoming. Okay. It was found by a team of wandering Girl Scouts. It was kind of a grisly scene. 2 Wyoming cowhands had obviously dueled over how to skewer the animal. One said we should cook it like a rabbit. The other said we should cook it like a deer. And they dueled to death. and then this jackalope carcass was found on the scene.
The Electreat, a home electrotherapy device that relieves pain by shooting electricity in to force the pain out. And this was the first item outlawed by the FDA for quack medicine claims being shipped across state lines.
But this is an original.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's the end of my tour of the eccentricities of Austin, and I think it's quite appropriate because these guys really show that here weird is quite a wonderful thing.